Well, I'm thankful that COVID has given me a much better headbanging hair. Uh, that's a blessing.
You need that. Yeah, I
Uh,
don't have that.
I mean, I'm here for that song for sure all day. Those freaking Mongolian like horse fiddles are.
Yep.
I just need one like so badly. I don't know what I would do with it, but I need it. They look cool as well as sound cool.
So it's really a couple of things about this band. So like a lot of their music, especially their earlier stuff, is just instrumental, which actually is my favorite of their stuff.
Yep.
Some of it is in Mongolian. I think that song was, and then some of it is in English, but in that same style of kind of Mongolian throat singing, which is interesting too. But yeah, they kind of, their sound sounds a little different from album to album. I felt like as a band, they never quite nailed down exactly what they wanted to sound like, and so that's why they kind of sound a little different every album, but with clearly like this kind of cultural grounding as the foundation. This song, I looked up the lyrics for it, and there's only one lyric for this song. It's a fan done one. I'm just going to read a selection of it really quick in what their best transliteration of Mongolian. Alabala, Portocala, Delicat New, Gasset, Verisur, Error 404.
Yeah, that's what it
Then
sounds
later
like.
on in the lyrics, it includes IDK, WTF. And literally, if you try to find the lyrics for this song, all of them link to whatever this original version was. There is no actual lyrics to this song anywhere on the internet that
That's
I can
amazing.
find.
I would say, at least in my headphones on this particular, like the mix was not as friendly to the vocals as it should have been, because the vocals are so important.
It's pretty low. He tends to get mixed pretty low when he's singing like that. I've noticed.
Another thing I think is interesting, and I know, like glancing ahead at the playlist, that it shouldn't be surprising that cultures with martial backgrounds like have strong metal. Like it feels very authentic. Like it doesn't feel like they're putting on something. It's like, oh, this feels like this is coming from somewhere deep inside of your culture in a way.
Right.
Like when a Mongol like looking dude wears like a studded armband, it's like, I don't know, maybe that's legit for those, you know.
Right.
And it feels that way. But at the same time, it's beautiful too. The use of the horse bow. They have that other 2-string guitar-like instrument as well that they play, and it started like very much in that folk, and then it starts to come in. I think letting the electric guitar bass like handle the metal chug is I don't know of any instrument that does it better than those instruments, you know. But then soaring over top of it with the fiddle and with the other instruments, and of course with the voice chugs as well as anything else.
For sure.
Yeah, and the skin drum, like that thud is very kick drum and very effective. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying a frame drum.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that was great.
Frame drums are used in virtually all cultures. Like in Ireland, of course, it's called a bowron. You know, Native Americans have frame drums. It's just this idea of, you know, just the simplest stretch of skin over a small frame, and it's, you know, it's just it works. It's effective.
Yeah. Well, what's next?
So the next band is not a straight folk metal band. They are what I would say they have a few different genres. I put them mostly in a groove metal genre overall, because they are so back in the day. Groove metal was sort of pioneered in the United States, of course, by Pantera, but then also Sepultura in Brazil were pretty big pioneers of it as well. Max Cavalera left that band and started doing his own other projects. This one's called Soulfly, but it has that same style. But
I didn't know that Sepultura was Brazilian.
Yes,
I did not know that.
Yeah. So when he split off, part of it was that he wanted to do more stuff with Roots music. He split off after the album called Roots, which is when they really kind of experimented with that kind of folk metal and groove metal mixture. And so he's got maybe like a dozen or more songs that I would consider to be folk metal. that are sprinkled in the rest of the music, and this is one of my favorites. It's called Brazil. This is a fan-made music video that's basically a protest video about the massive amounts of spending that were happening when the World Cup was hosted in Brazil.
Oh yeah, that was such a crap show, we'll call it.
Yeah, compared to what your kind of real people on the streets were dealing with. So this is not an official music video, but I think it's a really great, does a really great job.
Cool. Well, let's take a look.